Hi, I'm Rachel Burns. I'm a volunteer firefighter and EMT in Kyron, Iowa. And this is Fire Prevention Week 2020. I'm going to read part of Chapter 10 of Scout Firefighter by Jennifer Lee Schatz. "We have to get out of here," Matt cried. "Dad, can you get up?" Matt's dad eyed the black smoke and hot orange flames on the summit, and the reality of their situation crossed his face. He pressed his lips into a grim line and nodded at Matt. "Yes, I'm fine." He tried to stand up, and it was immediately clear that he was anything but fine. His face was sheet white and filled with pain. "Help me up, would you, Matto?" Matt eased his dad to his feet as carefully but quickly as possible. He wrapped an arm around his dad's waist to steady him. His dad put an arm over Matt's shoulders, and for a terrifying second, he wobbled like a drunken boxer, hanging on to Matt for dear life. Matt wasn't sure if he would topple over with his dad or buckle under his weight, but he somehow managed to keep them both upright. "Let's do this," his dad said. Matt couldn't believe his dad's determination. His dad had to be in excruciating pain. He sucked air through his teeth every time he jostled his injured ankle, but he acted like he was taking a Sunday stroll. Together, they teetered and hopped through the dark back toward the trail. Scout stuck close to Matt's dad's other side, his head and ears up. He was listening, watching, scenting, protecting them. Every few minutes, Scout ran a few feet ahead, as if he were clearing the path for them, then zipped back over to them. Matt looked over his shoulder at the fire. "How quickly can a wildfire move?" he asked nervously. "Depends on the wind and how much there is to burn between here and there." His dad gestured at the dry brush that covered the ground all around them. "My guess is we have an hour max." An hour. That wasn't a lot of time, but it was better than nothing. Matt ran through his options, as few as they were. If Deb, Amaya, and Curtis were still somewhere above them, the fire was coming right for them. Matt had to get to them, but there was no way his dad could make the final ascent. Before he could go after his friends, he had to get his dad somewhere safe. But where exactly was that? It was impossible. Matt needed to be everywhere at once. His brain was spinning, and he forced himself to slow it down and think clearly and calmly. Then he had it. The waterfall. "Just a little farther, Dad." "Where are we going?" His dad was sweating from exertion and pain. His jaw was clenched, and his hands were balled into fists as he willed himself through it. "Back to the waterfall," Matt said. "You can put your foot in the water to keep the swelling down." Matt didn't say the real reason out loud. He didn't have to. They both knew that if the fire made it this far down the mountain, the water could protect them from the flames. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and take care out there.